Hello, dear friend, and Happy New Year. May it bring all of us health and love and wisdom and great new opportunities. Thank you for being here, and let's dive deep into the first full week of 2021. We are starting with Monday and a pretty intense combination. Mercury will have a conjunction with Pluto. So, this is an interesting aspect. From one side, it can bring problems like negative way of thinking or fears, in some extreme cases, even paranoia. But this is also an aspect that can really help you to concentrate, to focus, to really put your attention, your whole attention to something concrete, a task, idea, project, whatever you find important. Also, it's a great aspect for learning, for exploring, and some research. But the truth is that this is not typically a harmonious combination for communication. So in communication, there might be some issues, so be careful with that. On the other side, we also have an interesting, important aspect between Jupiter and Neptune, minor challenging aspect, which can bring some confusion or lack of clarity when it comes to our goals. So we need to be careful. We may need to change something about our goals, our vision, but this is also an aspect which can bring the desire to do something better for other people, for ourselves, to do something more creative, or even to focus on some kind of spiritual tasks. This is great for a spiritual journey, beginning a new spiritual journey, and overall trying to look at things beyond their material form. So I know it may sound a little, yeah, okay, what do I do with that? Yeah, we may feel like that. This might feel kind of confusing, but it's also very inspiring. The moon will be in Virgo, so hopefully this will help us to be more grounded, more practical, more concentrated, and also it's a great position for some work. And this should be a precise and concrete and practical work. I want to remind you, if you don't have your January calendar for 2021, it's completely free. The link is below. Also, we have the full webinar and the whole calendar. So make sure to check the links below. On Tuesday, the moon is in Libra, which supports relationships, love, communication, and also just focusing on finding the balance, finding peace and balance. First of all, within ourselves, second of all, in relationships and in the outer world as well. The moon will have a positive aspect with Jupiter and with Saturn. So optimism with practicality. That's kind of the motto of this Jupiter Saturn thing that more or less we'll feel through the whole 2021. So do something with your work, with your goals, with your tasks. It's inspiring, and also you may have some pretty good practical results. The day is beneficial basically for everything, especially the more practical things like business, finance, relationships, communication. On Wednesday, we have an ingression of Mars, which, my friend, this is a pretty big news because Mars was in Aries for approximately 6 months. For the whole second half of 2020, Mars was in Aries, it was retrograde, and it's obviously turned direct again. So pretty long time. Normally Mars spends around 2 months, up to 2 months in one sign. Well, half of 2020 it was in Aries. So you have felt that for quite a long time, and it's time for a change. Yes, it's true that Mars in Taurus is not strong, but it may feel also calming to maybe stop fighting so much, stop leading those battles, and yeah, slowing down. You may find yourself not so motivated to take risks, to initiate things. You may be more cautious, which for businesses might be an issue sometimes, but not necessarily. Mars in Taurus, on the other side, can be hardworking and consistent. It may take some time for you to get started, but if you start something, chances are you will finish it. So, yes, it's a change, and I think that it will feel quite different. The moon is in Libra, so focus on harmony, balance, relationships, and the things that we love. The day is beneficial for financial decisions, for relationships, for communication as well. Then on Thursday, sorry again, my voice, talking too much for too long. So on Thursday, Mercury has a positive aspect with Venus, which frankly is very positive for all kinds of communication. In business, if you need to negotiate something, in your relationship, if you need to have some serious conversations, or you just want to explain yourself better, your feelings and your ideas. It's a very positive aspect for business, for finance, and as we said, for communication. On the other side, we need to talk about the moon, which will be in Scorpio, and you have heard me talk about this each month. The moon in Scorpio is the most intense position. And overall, we have tension, we have intensity, we may have some potential issues. So be careful with this position. Definitely, if you have the time, do something as an energy practice or a meditation or anything that works for you to harmonize the energy. Then on Friday, lots of things happen. Mercury and Venus both change signs. Mercury is moving to Aquarius, which is an exalted position, meaning pretty strong position for Mercury. And it's great for communication, for overall expression of new ideas, for a new way of thinking. But we need to mention that specifically on Friday, Mercury will have a challenging aspect with Mars. So probably this particular day won't be that beneficial for communication, but the following weeks might be much better. So with Mercury in Aquarius, we may have those new ideas, different, exciting ideas, thinking out of the box. That's what Mercury in Aquarius brings. But specifically on Friday, be careful for confrontations, for your language, how you use the words, and how you express yourself. Generally, those are combinations of possible confrontations and, yeah, some kind of irritation, some kind of restlessness of your mind. So, yeah, we need to find the peace inside of us for sure. Venus is also moving to Capricorn, which can make us more serious, more responsible in relationships. For business, this is a nice position, especially for business negotiations or making some plans about investments in your business. And overall, for a little bit more practical perspective, the challenge of Venus in Capricorn is that people may not be that open, especially emotionally, and they may prefer to keep a distance, to, keep their boundaries where they are. So we need to respect those needs. And the last aspect on Friday is a pretty positive combination between the Sun and Neptune. Inspiration, creativity, spiritual work, healing, doing something nice, helping other people. It's a great combination. And with all of that happening, we have the moon in Scorpio. The intensity, the tension, the passion are here. So something spiritual, something that will help you to balance your energy is actually a good, very good thing for Friday, especially when also we have this aspect between the Sun and Neptune. So the week, the business week ends in a pretty intense, interesting way. Then on Saturday, Mercury is joining Saturn in Aquarius. And this aspect may have different manifestations. There is a challenging one, which can make us more negative or afraid or sometimes even blocked, especially when it comes to our thinking, our ideas. But the positive side is that this combination can make us really focused, really concentrated, really dedicated to our tasks, ideas, everything. The truth is that for communication, this is not a really positive combination. People, again, can keep their distance and their boundaries. On the other side, Venus has a great aspect with Mars. There is a trine in the earth signs, of course. So first of all, great combination for relationships, for communication between men and women, also for finances, for investments, and even for some kind of business projects. It's Saturday, but you can have the idea, you may plan, you can be very precise because of this Mercury Saturn combination. And the good news is that the moon is already in Sagittarius, which will bring some kind of relief, some kind of positive perspective, maybe nice expectations for the future. And it's really great for planning and goal setting. So yeah, Saturday is pretty interesting. And then on Sunday, we have a minor positive aspect between Venus and Saturn, which can help us to be very practical, very organized, very responsible when it comes to our promises, our relationships, our financial plans and tasks. And why not also plan something related to work and business? On the other side, there is a minor challenging aspect between Mercury and Neptune, which can bring some kind of confusion. We may feel kind of lost or confused or just have this lack of clarity when it comes to our ideas or our tasks. So my advice would be careful with things that require a very practical, logical approach. If there are some details, make sure to check them twice so that you don't forget or you don't make a mistake. But for some spiritual practices or a meditation, the aspect is actually pretty positive. And with the moon in Sagittarius, you may feel inspired. You may have the desire to learn new things, to explore some future opportunities. And it's just a nice combination for a Sunday. The day is beneficial for business, finances, relationships. It could be kind of difficult for communication because of this Neptune situation, but overall, most of the areas are okay, especially creativity and spirituality. And with that, my friends, we covered the first full week of 2021. Get your calendar for January. I know I'm repeating that a lot, but I don't want you to miss this gift. If you want, you can also get the full webinar with the calendar for 2021. All of the links are below. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful 2021, and I'll see you soon.